It's what we focus on, because I think that everybody has something to feel gratitude for.
Right.
And if we don't focus on that, then that's just unfortunate for us, because it's there for everyone.
Yeah.
So all of life is a play, and all men and women merely players. Hello and welcome to Remember Your Role. In this video series, we are going to interview people just going through life, dealing with what they deal with in life, just like you deal with what you deal with in life. So hopefully with these videos, some of the information that you'll learn from them will be information that you can use in your life and can maybe help you through something that you're going through. That's my hope. So enjoy the show and remember your role.
Here we are, everyone. Paul Nielsen with Remember Your Role, and I am here with an amazing friend of mine. She's a real estate agent, but she writes for the Standard Examiner in Ogden, Utah. She's helped so many people in her life and in her career and in the things that she does, but she just wants to help. She just wants to serve. That's how she does her thing. And as a real estate agent, I have to say she is the best real estate agent that I know, simply for the fact that she really does relate with the customer on a level that you don't see in real estate. She can be an example to a lot of other real estate agents as well. She's an incredible person. She really loves amazing things in life. She's always positive. She's always doing things for others. She just got married recently, which is amazing as well. And her husband is just as incredible as she is. So I wanted to introduce you to my really, really great friend, Jen Fischer.
Thank you, Paul. That was quite an introduction. I hope I can live up to it.
Oh, yes. No, you live up to it without even trying. So
I appreciate that. Yeah.
That's what I love. So tell us a little bit about how your life has been going.
It's been going so good. I mean, I say that whenever anybody asks me, how are you? I say, so good, because it's really true. Like, I couldn't ask for, regardless of what's going on, in life, in the world, I feel incredibly blessed. I feel like I have had so much given to me on a golden platter. I don't know what I ever did to deserve it, but I love it and I'm grateful for it. So, what I've been given, I feel like there's my own expectation to give back. So,
right.
Yeah.
And the thing that I love about what you said was the gratitude. Isn't that such a big thing, right? Especially right now, with
really
everything
important.
that's going on in the world and with all of the turmoil and all of the people that are involved in everything that's happening. Gratitude is so huge.
It's just focus. It's what we focus on, because I think that everybody has something to feel gratitude for.
Right.
And if we don't focus on that, then that's just unfortunate for us, because it's there for everyone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. One of the things that we've discussed before is how our mindsets create the energy around our lives, right?
So true.
And you're such an amazing example of that when you talk about the gratitude and you talk about just doing it for doing its sake, because it's something that you love and it's something that you're all about.
Yeah.
And I'm finding, which is new for me because I've only done this for a couple of years now, and I'm finding that the more that I just do the things that I love, the more blessings and the more help that comes into my life. And I mean, incredible ways.
Yeah.
There's just incredible things that happen in our lives because of just having that passion and going after it and doing that.
I think when you put yourself all in with whatever you choose to do and whatever walk of life we're talking about, because there's a lot of facets, to life. But when you're all in, then life is good to you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I love that. One of the other things, I was watching a gentleman today. I've learned a lot from him. He used to be a comedian, Kyle Cease. Have you ever heard of him?
I think you've mentioned him before.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I was listening to a show that he was doing, and it was incredible what he was talking about, because a lot of times we think, well, we have to strive to get money. We have to strive to have a beautiful life. We have to strive and work hard towards getting what we want, right? But you're such an example of someone that you're just doing what you're passionate about, and everything just comes to you. All those blessings just come.
But I think the key is that you really have to believe that they will and be okay whether they do or whether they don't.
Right.
And they will. But you have to again be all in with what you're doing to be okay with whatever results come your way. And just know, like, I've just been doing it long enough to just know, and 100% know, that what you put out there comes back to you 2 million times, whether that's good or whether that's bad. So might as well be good, you know?
Right.
And it does. And I am just like, no questions asked about that, because it just happens over and over and over and over again. So we don't need to worry about getting even, or, you know, or about revenge, or about, I hope they get what's coming to them. We all get what's coming to us, you know?
Right.
And I don't need to worry about that. I don't need to waste time on that or energy on that. Just if I can just focus on, you know, shift the focus to, it's okay. It's okay, because I'm doing what I love, what I'm passionate about, and I'm treating people well.
Right.
And so I'm not going to worry about that.
Right. Well, and see, the interesting part there that you said was focus.
Yeah.
Because here's what a lot of people think. Okay, well, if I focus on getting money, then I'll get money.
Yeah.
But the problem is that you're focusing on getting money, which means you don't have it.
Right. Correct. Yes. That's exactly.
And so it's actually pushing the money away.
It pushes it away from
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
And so the one word that he used that I thought was incredible was expectations.
Yeah.
So if we put expectations on anything, then it causes stress in our lives.
Yeah.
It causes pain, because we expect that we're going to have millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And when we don't have it, now we're sad, disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So we feel stressed because, well, then I got to do more. I got to work harder. And so I got more stress coming into my life, because now I'm trying new things that I don't like to do just so that I can make the money.
It's interesting, because I've noticed in parenting,
Yeah.
you know, and I am not Mother of the Year, I'll tell you that.
I'm not Father of the Year either.
And here's why, though, because our kids are our kids, you know,
Right.
and we do have expectations for our kids. And when they come, we're like, oh, yay, guess what your life's going to look like? And then we learn as they grow that we actually don't have control over their lives, that they do. They have their own choices that they get to make about their lives. And I have found that when you get rid of those expectations for your children, you can love them more fully and wholly, and your relationship becomes so much more.
Yeah.
When you just let go of those expectations. Your kids will be what they will be.
Yeah.
But it's theirs to decide, not ours.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could teach that a little bit better, because for me, when my daughter goes and does something that we don't think is right, meaning me and my wife don't think is right, my wife stresses and struggles about it.
Of course.
And I just sit back and say, you know what? Let's just take a break. Let's just think about this. How is this going to affect her if we come at her with, you shouldn't have done that?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we could come at her when we know and we love that she's doing her own thing. We can just come straight at her and just say, okay, so here's the situation. This is how it went.
Yeah.
We love you, and we want you to be better. So what do we do to make it better?
Yeah.
Right?
Again, changing that focus.
Exactly.
You know, it's not the focus on what you've done wrong, but the focus on what are the results of your actions. Let's look at that together. You know, I love you, I care about you, and you know, what now? They have to decide. Like, my kids are all adults, and it took me till they were adults to figure out my job is to love my kids.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Right.
Because that's all I have control over.
Absolutely.
I can set boundaries because, I have 2 of them live in my house, and I have rules in my house, and I have boundaries in my house. But outside, besides their behavior, I don't get to pick what they choose inside those parameters. And if they choose not to follow the rules, then they've also made a choice to not live at my house. So
I love that.
I don't get to pick that. They still pick it.
Right. Because that is where you live.
Yeah.
And that is where your standards should be
Right, correct. Yeah.
held up, right?
Yeah.
I love that. Because that's really all that we can expect, is that we communicate well enough that they understand.
That they
If
know.
you choose to be in our lives, these are what we
But completely their choices, They don't also get to choose whether I love them or not. I love them,
That is true.
And
Yeah.
they can do everything that they can do to, test that. And it doesn't matter because no matter what they do, that's just not going to change.
Right.
It's just not. So.
So perfect. That's
Well,
so beautifully
why
said.
did it take me till they were adults to figure that out?
Well, hopefully this can, help someone else to realize that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
I hope so. But I think for all of us, it's a journey. It's a lifetime journey of figuring things out along the way, So it's not like those expectations, even for yourself, should really be there,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the part that I'm learning. And that was what I was getting to, was the fact that I'm learning that I'm putting expectations on myself.
And I think we're especially hard on ourselves.
And every single time I put those expectations on myself, all I feel is pain and frustration and anger. And that's not how I want to live.
Well, it's not useful.
Right.
Is it?
Right. What I love is to communicate and to be with people that I really care about and to talk like what we're doing right now.
Right.
And so that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
And so that's all I'm going to do.
That's all you need to do.
And so whatever that comes to is a blessing.
Amen.
So
I think every single person that comes into your life has something to impart.
Right.
And so I don't feel like there's one moment from anybody that I've met, whether it turns out a deal or not a deal in my professional life, or whether it turns out a friend or not a friend, that every single person that I come in contact with is never a wasted moment.
Right.
Never.
Right.
Because you glean something from everybody in your life, I think. Because everybody has something to offer.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely they do. And yeah, I love the way you said that. That's beautiful. So what is a life lesson that you've learned, possibly around what we were just discussing, but what is a life lesson that you've understood that might benefit other people? I mean, there's so many that I'm sure you've learned, but...
There are so many, and I think that the most freeing and empowering lesson to me was to let go.
Yeah.
Is just to let go of the fact that we think we have control.
Yeah.
Because we don't.
Yeah, and it's interesting in this interview, Kyle actually brought up the fact that the more that you feel that you have to control someone, the more you're giving up control of yourself.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, but that's true.
Yeah,
it really is. And I found in this new relationship of mine, in this marriage relationship of mine, that that's the same with his relationship with my kids. Because if anybody has ever done that before with a stepchild situation, I can't guess that it's easy for anybody. But what I have to let go of is his relationship with them is out of my control as well. I know that they're safe. I know he's not intending to hurt them. And so however that relationship goes is between them. And I don't have a say in that. And I don't have any control over that. So by me going to my kid or going to him separately and going, well, if you'll be more like this with Gary, and if you'll be more like this with my kids, that's not going to be useful for either one of them, because I don't have that power. And again, it comes back to that's just stressful, and it feels like I am losing power. It's not empowering, and anything that's not empowering, just let it go. Kick it off your bus.
Yeah.
There's no reason to keep it.
No, absolutely.
It's sapping energy.
Yeah.
And then that creates, once you kick that off your bus, it creates room in your bus for things that will give you energy.
Right.
Yeah. That are life-giving.
Yeah. Kyle calls it creates a vacuum. So it actually sucks all of that energy to you that you need, because it knows. Like, one of the examples that he put on there was, if you have a child, for example, that is trying to work on something, maybe they're learning how to ride a bike, okay, and they're struggling, and so they're like, "Mom, come and help me," and you go and help them. What are you doing? You're taking away that learning, that lesson, and their ability to learn.
It comes back to that, don't help the chicken out of the egg,
right? Or
it's not going to make it. So we save our kids a lot.
Yeah, we do. Oh,
mm-hmm.
I am very.
But we're not really saving them, are we?
No, and that's the interesting part about it, is my daughter now is in college and she's just getting started with it, and she's constantly coming to me going, "Dad, what do I do about this?" And I'm like, I wish I could help you, but
we're creating wings.
Yeah, but I can't help you with this part. All we can do is look at, here's the circumstance, and what are some steps that you can do. What
would you do?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, I figured it out. We're capable of figuring it out,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I love that. Any other ideas of things that...
I really think that, people ask you, what do you attribute success to, or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
And I just always tell them, like, just seriously care about the people that you're serving. Like, care about them. Like, that's the golden rule, If this were, with my clients, if this were my house, I would take that pretty seriously. So with your house, you're entrusting that to me. I'm going to take that really seriously, like as if it were mine. Because if you're entrusting me with one of the biggest financial decisions that you make in your life, I'm not going to take that lightly.
Right.
It is the golden rule. Just treat other people like you want to be treated. I don't know. I think somebody said that like thousands of years ago. So I think it's fairly good advice and still applies today.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
Yeah.
I love that. Because, love thy neighbor as thyself, right?
It's the same thing as, it's another way of saying what you put out there comes back to you.
Right.
It just does, but do it for the reason of caring.
Right. And not getting something back. Expectations.
With no expectation of getting something back.
Just
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll come to you. You don't know what that's going to look like even. You don't even know how that's going to look. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Just let it happen.
For the ability to be able to serve someone.
Yeah.
Solely for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very great insight. Such good stuff.
An old lady, huh?
Well, the thing is that, I turned 50 this year. And so my life, I feel like I haven't accomplished the things that I've wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
And I feel that the reason that that's happened is because I'm trying to make them accomplish. Yeah. And that's what's been holding me back.
Just let it go and enjoy the journey.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now.
And it's all a journey. Just even getting to the point where you decide that is part of the journey. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so nobody's arrived. We don't get to arrive. We get to grow.
Well, and think about all of the people that have money.
Yeah.
Bill Gates, for example, he's very wealthy, but he still has that desire to be serving and to be helping and to be
It's
doing
just-
something
it's-
else. So he
yes.
never arrives.
It's nobody arrives.
Right.
Nobody arrives. And once we might as well just lay on down
Yeah.
in the cold ground.
It's true.
And until the good Lord takes me, I'm not going.
Right. And that's the other thing too, is that there's so many people that think, well, I'm just going to go and retire and then I'll be happy as soon as I retire.
Yeah.
But I can tell you from experience with my own parents, who my father did retire, he just feels like, I got to do something else. There's got to be something else that I can
because
do.
we're intended to create.
Right.
We are.
Right.
As human beings, we are creators. And so when we're not creating, we're not gonna find true joy and happiness. That's what we're intended to do.
Right.
So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's really,
regardless of what that looks like. I don't know. That looks different for everybody.
of course.
I mean, if you're doing a puzzle, you're creating. If you're, whatever that is, whatever that passion is for that moment, go do it.
For me, it's going to a play.
Yeah.
Acting in a play, because I'm
I miss those plays.
creating a moment. Right. I miss them too.
You know what? It's right around the corner. We'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be okay very soon.
Yeah.
And then it'll happen again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things that brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah.
To create a moment that people can kind of forget their lives for a moment and focus on something else. Mm-hmm. And
truly everything is creating.
Of course.
Everything active is creating.
Yeah.
We were intended to do that.
Yeah. And so those moments that you feel like you just want to take a break and relax are moments when you're just not fulfilling your purpose. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. It's always so much fun talking with you, and all of this conversation is just, it's always incredible to me. The things that come from people just by asking the questions of, what's your life like?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Why are we here? What's the purpose?
Everybody has something to offer in that direction. Everybody does. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, when I was talking with Maria Hurd, she was one of those people that she just said, take a moment. Yeah. You're feeling stress? Stop. Yeah. Talk to yourself. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Talk to yourself, Yeah. And Maria's a really great mutual friend.
She is. Too, so we love her. So. And she's, again, an example of somebody that has just gone a long ways on the journey, Yeah. And has gleaned a lot from it. Just recently, even. And that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're still here.
Right.
It takes a lifetime, so.
Yeah, and so if you want to see that interview, I'll put the link in the description below so that you can see that interview too. But
it's good. She's an amazing person.
She really is. It's incredible.
Really, really very, very energy giving.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, thank you so much. Of course,
anytime.
This is so much fun. And we may have to do this again, depending on how things happen, because having just these conversations with you every single time, I always leave enlightened and, feeling better about things.
Me as well.
Yeah. So thank you for being a huge example of someone that brings value to this world.
Thank you.
And you're constantly remembering your role. So
everybody brings value.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Of course.
They just have to know it.
Right. Yeah. They just have to remember their role. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love that.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah. So is there anything that you want to do to plug what you're doing?
I think I plugged it just by my passion. That's the thing, is I just love what I do, and I just love what I do, and I love that people entrust me with it, and I do take good care of them because I care. Yeah. It's really all I need to say.
Yeah. And it's very true. She does really take care of them. So if you're in the market for either buying or selling your house.
I really do pretty much anywhere in Utah. Most of my business is up north between, Box Elder County down to Salt Lake County. that's the bulk of my business,
Yeah.
you know.
So if you're in that area and you really want someone to, as we say in the manufacturing side of things, white glove you into buying a house, which means putting on the special gloves to really take care of you, you really need to reach out to Jen and have her take care of your needs, because she will really take care of you, and she will make you feel like the most important king and queen of your castle.
Because
So,
you are.
Yeah, because you are. So reach out to her. I'll leave some contact information also in the links below. And if you have any comments, if you have anything that you wanted to say about all of this, please just let us know. If you feel that you know someone that might be a good fit for this interview, we can also do these over the phone, through Zoom, other ways of making this happen. And I would love to talk to anyone that's an inspiration in your life. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of Remember Your Role. And I'm really appreciative to you for being here. And I really do love you. You're an amazing person in my life. So thank you. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Wasn't that such a great interview? I just love the people that I get to talk with. They're amazing people, and they do some amazing things in their life, and hopefully something that they said resonated with you. And if it didn't, you may know someone that it does resonate with. If you'll share this with them, that would be great, because I'm just wanting to impact someone's life. So if you did enjoy it, will you please give us an applause? And then also, if you know something, or if you have a comment about the show, please leave that in the comment box below. And then also, if you did enjoy it and you want to see more that are like this, I suggest that you get a season pass. So I appreciate you. You are a valuable person in my life. If you want to see one of the videos, one of the other videos that we've done, you can check here or here. There's lots of different videos that are around that may appeal to you. And all I ask is, Shakespeare said, all of life is a play. The question is, do you remember your role? Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.